We are live, guys. Come help us out. Oh my god, come help us out at Patreon.
We are live.
We are live.
Guys, welcome to the review of Mission Impossible Fallout. I'm Sam, Mr. Bliss Tech.
And I'm Raven, your GS.
So, we just come back from watching this movie. We're going to go through the usual steps, you know, the story, the acting, the production, the force, and we're going to have a final rating at the end. Mission Impossible. This is the 6th installment of the franchise.
My God.
Tom Cruise has been running the team from day.
Yeah, for a while now.
Yeah,
I can't remember how many years now, but it's been. I guess you can say this is one of the most successful franchises that's ever been done. Because it's been there for so long.
So it's been directed by Christopher McGuire, produced by Tom Cruise, J.J. Abrams. I know.
That was a good surprise.
I saw it, I was like, where did you see that?
I didn't even see it.
I just saw JJ. I had to read the rest of that. Abrahams. It made a hot load of sense. Written by Christopher McGuire, based on obviously the Mission Impossible series beforehand. Starring Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Rebecca Ferguson, Sean Harris, Angela Bassett, Michelle Ferguson, and Alec Baldwin. Coming out. I know the cast is
very good cast.
Super on point. Production company Bad Robots Productions. They seem to be doing a lot as well nowadays. Right.
Productions on.
Yeah, everything's on point. But budget-wise, though, jeez, no way.
I don't know what's more surprisingly, this movie or the budget for it.
The budget for me was outstandingly mad. After seeing the movie, I'm like, where did this budget go?
Yeah,
because it's not. We're gonna get into the review anyway, but it's not CGI heavy.
No.
So it's like
I wouldn't
stunt heavy.
Yeah, it's stunt heavy, not CGI. So I mean, if it's CGI, then it would have been.
Yeah, it would have made less.
Yeah, it would have been horrible. So I'm glad they didn't go that route.
But after saying that now, after hearing myself say that, I understand why
it looks the way it looks. So it does make sense.
It does make sense, doesn't it? Yeah, so let's get into the review. Story-wise, basically, there's this plutonium out there due to this group. Ethan Hunt knows he has to go hunt it down. He's been chosen for this mission. He has to go hunt it down and bring it back to safety. And along the way, he just falls in between these assassins, this group, the CIA, the MI6, and no one could trust each other.
As usual. I feel that's the life he's living, isn't it? That's the life he's living. But this is actually a very intriguing story that kept me on the edge the whole way. I mean, there's a lot of conflicts. Obviously, we're living in a world of spies, deception, and within this story, it was very well delivered. He kept us on head of our seat, and man, mind blowing, very very good story. Not expecting that. I was just expecting, my guy trying to be like Jackie Chan, trying to do his stunts, but no. Very good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the story, like I say, it takes you down one corridor. You're like, this is very basic. They just have to stop an evil plot, and it's just it's gonna go wrong here, then everywhere. But it takes you left, right, center, another right, then another left, and left. Like there's so much conflict going on. You never see this conflict coming at times as well, which is very interesting. Like you're saying, you see one thing happen, and you're like. Not that you knew it was going to happen, but it's like, oh crap, this is what Mission Impossible is.
Right.
And suddenly this, spanners thrown in the works, you're like, oh crap, this has gone from Mission Impossible to Mission, how can you really actually do this kind of thing? So,
yeah, man. I mean, one of the things that I did really enjoy, and kind of brought me back to the very first Mission Impossible, is that it had that Mission Impossible element. The beginning's always the same, but I guess with so many, I kind of got bored of it. But this one, it was you knew what was coming, right at the beginning of the movie, but it was still good.
Exactly,
and it was it was very satisfying. So yeah, man, story on point, really enjoyed it.
Even like the trailer actually sold it quite well. Like I mean, you knew what you was getting. When you actually get it, you don't actually get.
See, I think the trailer helped that as well, because the way they put this is where they got, man. Yeah, because the way they gave us the trailer, and we kind of had an idea, and then when you get to the movies and you go through the story, the emotions of it, the characters, and you're like, oh, this is not what it is. But then by the second act is like, wait, what's going on? And then by the end of the movie, something else. Yeah. So that's something that I really, really enjoyed in it. And like I said, it just took me back to that first Mission Impossible that we all fell in love with, innit?
That's why I like Mission Impossible. Like, you do expect one thing to happen. You know it's going to be hard to pull off. But there's always these other side things going on that causes conflict, that causes you to be like, this can't be done anymore, kind of thing.
And I'll tell you what, it wasn't crazy.
What wasn't crazy?
It wasn't crazy as in like, okay, so you know like the first, and I'm gonna keep going back to the first because after that it was kind of hard to keep me in with the Mission Impossible movies, but it was like, okay, like it's impossible. The story is impossible, but there was nothing like crazy about it. I think after a while, the stunts took over the story.
Right.
While here is like, no, they're both balanced, and that's one of the things that kind of threw me off. So it's like you focus too much on the stunt side of it and the crazy stuff. You know, being in Dubai and like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, obviously, I don't want to spoil for you guys if you haven't watched the previous movies, but that's one of the things that took me up. But not in this movie. It was well balanced. It wasn't like artificial. It was like like. Okay, like a human being can do that sort of thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool, man. Okay.
I think for number 3, they've been ramping it up, innit? And boy, number 6, acting wise, like everyone was on. I can't fathom one person. I'm like, you're taking me out of the immersion of the thing. Like you shouldn't be here. Like what? Even Simon Pegg with his comedic timing, it felt like that's his character. It felt like if he was working in that group, that's how he always will be, and it came to show that Tom Cruise, strong-headed, he knows what he's doing, his precision, like he knows what he's doing, kind of thing. You got Henry Cavill, he's just a ham-ready. Man will just come to a mission and will just basically just demolish anything in his way. And it, again, came through. Vic came, same thing. Like even he had an emotional. And I was like, I didn't expect that from him.
Yeah, you don't usually expect that.
Pulled it off.
And
I was like, you mad?
At some point, I thought my guy was gonna cry. Like,
fam, that's what I'm talking about. I was like, is
this the same guy from Baby Boy? Yeah, Martin.
That's what I mean. So again, Rebecca. That's what I mean. Everyone was on point. Rebecca Ferguson, strong female character. You know, to get those females who are in a male team, and unfortunately, sometimes they're written like. Like, say, no, this woman, don't press her path.
She came out to play. Certain man was shook over in the movie.
That's what I mean. So don't press this woman's path. And everyone else supporting cast, Alec Baldwin, you got Michelle Mahanigan and all them other people. Like, they played their part. Even like Sean Harris, the guy that they had to
extract.
That extracted eventually, yeah. Even he felt medicine without actually having to do anything. Like,
yeah, man. Like,
his tone, the way he delivered his lines, I'm like, I don't want him unchained, innit? Because you hear stories about him and then you hear him speak. I'm like,
and the thing is, you don't hear him speak that often.
Exactly.
That's like.
I was like, don't get this. Like, make sure he's always in that strap and with change, because if he's unleashed, I don't want to know, innit?
See, like, there's that bit where he's just strapped and just sitting there. And you're just like, is this guy, like, usually like a normal person would start asking questions, you'd have some sort of reaction to what's going on in your situation. And my guy just sitting there calm. Like, but then his face expression is like, yo, like, this is some serious dude right here. Like, nothing kind of intimidates him. But, alright, so, acting. The acting bangs in this, innit? Like, so, let's start off Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg he's the most surprisingly character in this movie. Not because of his acting ability, but because of the role he usually plays. And we've seen him in action movies, Star Trek. And but he kind of always has the same type of role if you come to think about it. But being in that position, you kind of have to ask yourself, like, at some point, you're going to be in the dirt. And in this movie, it was mixed up with it, you know what I'm saying? So, although it didn't turn out very well for him, but it was good to see him having that sort of reaction, being in that position, and seeing how he would act, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause obviously, he's always like, yo, man, come on, you man doing too much. Why am I here, sort of thing? Like, yo, let me just be in a virus, you know what I mean? Like, just be in that comfort zone that he usually is. And in this movie, that wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? Tom Cruise, I didn't think it could excel further within the Mission Impossible franchise. He did that here. You know what I'm saying?
Tom Cruise!
Like, that's the thing.
Tomorrow!
Fam, I know, but like, you got to think about all the other Mission Impossible movies. Like, if you look from the first one till the fifth, you can't really say, oh, man had like a sort of explosion within his role, the character.
That's because he's so solid.
But in this movie, he took it to another level, bro.
So solid, fam.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not saying he was doing bad or anything like that. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, there wasn't like a growth within that character. You know what I'm saying? Wow, in this movie, this is a completely new guy over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a new guy, but it's a new guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, based on the situation that he's given, like, even his, you know what I'm saying, like the way he reacts and stuff, the way he's talking to the team, like just stuff like that. I really, really enjoyed that in it. So, props to Tom Cruise, man. I really enjoyed his performance here. Now, this guy that we've been praising for the past, 5 years or so, that we believe doesn't get much respect here, or at least the respect he's due here. Henry Cavill, my goodness, like, I'm not going to jump off topic, but this man deserves I think he deserves a little bit more respect from the industry. You know? I don't think it does, but at least not with.
I think he does.
At least not in the because I've seen other movies besides that. But I'm talking about the comic side movies, like, you know what I'm saying, like, so. Listen, WB, you man, you're not doing yourself any favour.
Thank you, like,
you're not using Henry Cavill to the max. Not even half of what he's capable of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that man rip, isn't it?
It's like he's just a big bulldozer with crappy lines. This man can deliver.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Deliver at any level. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, another one, Rebecca Ferguson. Oh my goodness. The woman came out to play, you know what I'm saying? I loved her in this movie, fam. Like, her moves, like, just the fact that when people were talking about her, that gave me a sense. I loved that because it gave me a sense of the character that we were getting bits at the beginning, but we didn't get the full thing until, like, you know, when we're in that certain position that we were in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So, absolutely loved the acting, man.
Yeah, I want to jump back in Henry Cavill because, like you're saying, Superman, Man of Steel, he was decent. Like, that's the time everyone saw him.
That's not good enough.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't good enough. Like, obviously, we had like Russell Crowe and any other big like name that was there. It seemed like they get him more time, even though it was like his movie. It didn't feel like his movie kind of thing.
Yeah, like,
it was super weird. And obviously, he was a right Man of Steel. Like, for me, that was his first time, and I'd never seen him before. I was like, yeah, Henry Cavill. He was Superman kind of thing.
And the thing is, I like Man still.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it
right as well.
The thing is, what movie I was watching? I was watching a few other movies over there with him, and I was like, and then he's like, I liked Man of Steel, but then I went to watch his other movies. I'm like, dude, you should have done a lot more in Man of Steel. You know what I'm saying? Like, up the levels.
For me, it was like Man from U.N.C.L.E. As soon as I watched that, I was like, man's good.
Like, he's no more than good.
I mean, like, I was like, for the other movies I've seen him in now, I was like, yeah, now I give Henry Cavill props. Then after watching this, I'm like, man is he's not a comedian, but he can be there. Like, he's played a good guy, he's played neutral, and now he's played a villain. I'm like, give Henry Cavill a role, man will fit the part in it.
Yeah, maybe he needs to wear a moustache in the
moustache.
He might have to wear it, like, might have to
do that rugged beard.
Yeah, man. Just to bring that man out in it.
Yeah, bring that black Superman suit with a rugged beard. We'll be over. But production levels out of this world. Holy smokes. Like I said before, I was like, budget 178 million, where did it go? Stunt what way? I don't even start on the stunts.
I wouldn't even start on the stunts.
Camera work is amazing.
Pure skill. Pure
amazing.
Pure skill. And I keep saying it.
You're going to have to.
Not many man. And it makes sense that JJ is in it. Like I'm saying, like, obviously I'm not giving 100% props to him, but you can tell like certain fingerprints were in this movie to pull this action together. You know what I'm saying? Like we've said, CGI probably
minimal. It's like certain scenes you knew that CGI was like.
But
you're so immersed now. I'm like,
exactly. Like you can even say, yo, there's zero. Like if no one like if a person didn't know anything about CGI or minimum like be like, yeah, there's none. Yeah. They're probably like, yeah, there's none. They'll agree with you because that's how he felt. You know what I'm saying? So, man, the action again. I'm gonna go back to the first one. I haven't felt like this since the first one, fam.
You're missing out, innit? Go watch Rogue Nation.
Oh, come on, bro. It was like a year ago I watched it, fam.
And you're still thinking the
like,
same?
No, it was not, fam. It's not the same. This movie separates itself from all the other time. Even the first one, fam. Shot beautifully. You know what I'm saying? Like camera angle, speed, the chasing scenes. I haven't felt like that in a while. I really haven't. The chopper scene,
fam.
I
thought it was gonna be some 2-minute thing, innit?
And that's what I'm talking about. Like they've pushed the levels to this movie.
Well, one question.
What's up?
When's the last time you even saw a helicopter chase scene?
I don't think I ever had.
Okay, the rest of
I don't think not with human beings. Like, and the thing is, you thought that you get with so for example the chopper scene, you'd feel okay, like you said, 2 minutes, and then you think it's over, and it's still going, and then it's still going, and it's still going, and it's like they did not cheat us for one bit. You know what I'm saying? They gave us the whole action for it. You know what I'm saying? It's very satisfying. You know what I'm saying? Like from 0 to 100, absolutely beautiful. The camera angles, oh my goodness! Like the way you just made Tom Cruise in certain parts was just ridiculous.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like man running, Rob,
that's Tom Cruise, isn't it?
You just made. Now, obviously, man is fit. I'm not saying
he runs in every movie.
He runs in every movie. But it's just the way it was shot.
Yeah, the way it was shot.
Like,
go on.
It was just a beauty to sit down and enjoy these scenes. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was action, whether it was a bit more subtle, everything, the flow of the movie came together perfectly.
I don't know where to start yet. I feel like we'll start with the cinematography because at the beginning, it was kind of slow. I know with Mission Impossible, they usually have like a very explosive beginning to get you off on things. But this one was okay-ish. I was like, okay,
Do you think so?
Yeah, like obviously you had the first scene. I was like, it's okay.
But that's the intro. You're talking about the intro of the movie. See,
and then the first 10 to 20 minutes after that, I was like, it's okay. I'm like, alright, can you like kind of hurry? I kind of knew what they were doing, but I was like, for me, they usually set the first scene like very explosive, very high octane, and you're like, oh, I'm locked in. But this one was like, it was okay, isn't it?
See, I felt the other way around. I felt that with the other ones, it's like, yo, it's like you're doing too much. You're like putting my face too much. While this one, you let me digest. Like I said before, like I knew it was the beginning, and that was the Mission Impossible intro. You know what I'm saying? But it was satisfying to. It's like you take your time with his. You know what I'm saying? Like your entry dish. No rush. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? And then it's still good. You know what I'm saying?
That's what was so mad. So yeah, the beginning I was like, okay, cool, but that's what was so weird because, like I said, it was a very slow start and this, that, and the other. But the cinematography throughout the movie, from beginning to end, is why I could never switch off because every single shot, it felt like it was actually thought about. As if imagine they took one shot and they saw it. It was like, no, we had to shoot it again. It doesn't look right. That's why it felt like every single shot was done that way. So, cinematography-wise, throughout the whole movie, it felt like it was looked at least 3 times. If it was wrong, it's gone back to the drawing board.
They definitely took their time, you know.
Yeah. everything, like I'm saying. And then that goes on to the action sequences where, like, they weren't explosive or mad or whatever, but the way they were shot, the way they were going through the motions and everything, again, just kept you locked in, edge of your seat, like, what's going to happen next, like, from Tom Cruise running. Obviously, like, sometimes you just see one long pan, it's like, it's Tom Cruise running, but the way they were shooting it, the way they had one angle with him focusing on another thing, you know what they were looking at, like, you just thinking, this is mad, like, Tom Cruise has, like, the way they made him run, obviously it made it look like he had infinity stamina, but if you want to watch a marathon, I wanted to watch, like, I want to shot like that. Exactly, I want it shot like that for the rest of the time, innit? Don't like the way they shoot it on TV anymore. Shoot it like they shot it in Mission Impossible Fallout, because it just kept me locked in. I'm like, man, like, if you just saw people running across the street, you're like, oh, that looks alright, and they look fast. But the way they shot it in this movie, yeah, he could have been going at one speed, but oh my lord.
He felt that he was, if anything, he was speaking like more and more speed.
Thank you, it just looked mad. I'm like, rah, man, you're running for 5 minutes, and I actually don't care. Run for another 5 minutes. I could do it, innit? So there's that scene, helicopter scene. When I thought about it, I was like, I can't remember the last time I saw a helicopter scene, and I can't remember the last time I saw a good helicopter scene. And this was probably all real. Like, no CGI, no messing about. I'm thinking, if anything goes wrong here, I hope someone's insurance is covered in it, because it's mad. And then you had the inside the helicopter when they were rolling.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, like, I hope there were stunt doubles in it, because that was actually Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise. It probably was Tom Cruise, because man has to do his own stunts.
No, I think
holy smoke, inside the helicopter.
Yeah, I know, but
you're tumbling. Real life thing.
Like, obviously, them man not going that speed in it, but like, no, like
I
I
don't
said,
care
like,
if it's a controlled environment.
You know what this is, and this is what I'm saying. Like, this is where it comes to you're being creative in being the way you're putting the camera. Because I'm pretty sure they have like a certain where the camera was going
exactly
like that. But then it was also a skill to chop it up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Post production and put it in. Even on the chasing scenes, like there were times where you're going with the motorbike, but then the motorbike is gone because it made the turn or something. But now the camera is elsewhere.
That's it.
Turning, so it gives you that sense like this is where I'm looking at things through. So no, man, it's very enjoyable the way they put
even the chase scene as well. Like, I thought, well, this is gonna be an average chase scene. See one a lot more. Yeah, exactly.
Again, I haven't enjoyed the chase scene like this in a while.
Like, I mean, I usually get that music to make sure it spices thing up. This thing was just completely silent. You just hear the motor from the engine. You hear the people chasing him. I'm like, this feels like real life, innit?
Yeah.
It feels like we're actually watching the police. You know, when they got the helicopter saying,
yeah,
guys going down it. It felt like that.
Yeah. And
it just felt like if something happens to, I'm guessing again, this is Tom Cruise on a bike. I'm like, it actually feels like something could happen to him, and you'll be like, crap, you're gonna feel it.
At some points, I thought someone was gonna get licked.
Yeah,
like either him or the police in it. So one thing you did mention was the sound, and the score is also very, very good.
Mad.
Enjoyed it.
Every single point, like they came in at the right time. And it was just the right pitch, the right score.
Nothing else to say about that. That's just good.
And the bathroom scene. That's what I was going to say, innit?
Fire, fam. I've never seen someone get on like that, bro. Two men get on? Nah, bro. It's, I don't know. That scene was too much, fam. That scene was too much. Too much.
But yeah, production, yeah, man, on point, all the way. Like, it was super lit. So, moving on to general thoughts. What do you think of the movie?
Very, very enjoyable. It took me back to the franchise, which I wasn't. It's not that I didn't really enjoy. I didn't care about it anymore. You know, it didn't do anything for me as a moviegoer. I would watch these movies and I'd be like, okay, it's just. You know when a movie just comes on TV, that's what it was for me. I didn't really care about it, but this movie separates itself from the others. Absolutely thrilled. The action banged. What can I say, man? I really enjoyed this movie, and it proved me wrong from the trailer reaction. But Jackie Chan is still the greatest. Just want to put it out there.
So yeah, from number 1, like I think that for me, number 2 was the worst, and then it kind of came back to number 3, and from there, it's been stepping up the game. We come up to number 6, and you think they were running out of steam by now, but that is not the case. They got cinematography up to some next level. They got the story, which I thought was gonna be basic. Nope. They throw you with that next level stuff as well. Acting from everybody was upper echelon, madness. We got the action sequences. Again, you just think, oh, a chase scene, it's gonna be boring. Oh, a fight scene, it's gonna be the same stuff. Oh, you got this, that, and the other. Like even the tense moments of, oh, there's a countdown. Oh, it's gonna be the same. No, still edgy stuff. I don't know how they're still making it feel fresh in 2018. Like, and then stunts. Wow. Nah, these guys must be in their 40s and 50s. They make it look like you're in their 20s.
Age don't mean nothing if you're in shape, innit? Like, if you're in shape,
there you
know
go.
What I'm saying? You don't need, you know what I'm saying? You don't need that.
And then musical score, they knew when it came in, it sounded right, it is right, and it just blows the doors off of everything in it. Like Fallout, I can't believe. I was like, yeah, another Mission Impossible. I'm all for it. I'm now here like, can we get another one? Like, they should have stopped now. I thought, yeah, it's been getting better, and you should kind of stop now, innit? Because you never know when your skin's gonna run out. But
like, hopefully the next movie will be just as good as this one.
Because I can't even think about James Bond anymore. I'd rather, if they were to name 2 James Bond and this in the same year, Mission Impossible get my money first, innit?
Well, this movie is definitely better than the last 2 James Bond. I gotta say that. So just putting it out there.
I'm putting that there too. Like, when's the next one? I want number 7 right now. Can we announce that? Chill. I chill, but I want you on the rating. So the official TCN rating for Mission Impossible Fallout is 4.5. It's a banger! Right? Is that even up for discussion?
That's it. That's what the movie is. It's actually a banger.
Right? It's actually a banger.
Word on the streets, movie's a banger.
It's a banger. Like, you know when they used to say some blockbusters back in the day, and now obviously comic book movies kind of took over. This is bringing it back, in it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Like, you don't hear of them anymore. You don't hear of some blockbuster. Yeah, this is the one you see this summer. This is the one you see this summer, innit? Don't watch it. Back over movie. I'm sorry, Mr. Blitztech.
And I'm Reverend Gio.
And we'll see you in the next movie review. Peace.
E